discussion. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Youth Impact Parliament Talk Show, where the future is now. On today's episode, we are talking governance, development, and the unstoppable young leaders. Joining me in the studio are three incredible panelists who are going to be helping you and I shape today's conversation on the topic Youth in Governance and Development. On the future of our nation, get ready for real talk, fresh perspective, and inspiration. Let's provoke talks, ignite sparks, let's talk youth empowerment. My name is Matilda Akosua Docia, but you can call me Miss Tilda, and I am your host. But before we officially begin today's episode, let's go for a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Welcome back from that quick commercial break, and this is the Youth Impact Parliament Talk Show. Like I said early on, I have three beautiful panelists with me right here in the studios. Before we get to introduce them, you are now officially listening to the second episode of the Youth Impact Parliament. First of all, we have Honorable Cyril Kekeli Amevor, the Majority Whip Senate. Dormevenu, Minority Chief Whip, and Sandra Mawuse, Kpeh, Assistant Clerk Affairs. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys are welcome. Yeah, so how has your weekdays or weekends been so far?
So as a life of a young politician,
Mm-hmm.
you have to attend a lot of programs.
Okay.
A lot of people with side invitation just for you to come and show up on that program. So it's just up and down till today.
Okay. Sandra,
Yeah,
looking good.
thank you.
How has your weekend been?
Quite stressful. Programs here and there, but it was okay.
Okay. Bless. One of the house. How has your weekend been?
It's fine. Just how they said, in the same light, we are all aspiring to something, so we have to be showing up programs and other events just to be keeping the insights and connect. So we are able to attend some series of programs
Okay.
from the holiday till yesterday. And today as well, we have some schedules as well. Maybe after we attend to them. So the weekend have been fine so far.
Okay, that is okay. For personally, my weekend it has been stressful. It was stressful and it will be stressful. But Youth Impact Parliament, how, why, and when? Should we start from Cyril? Youth Impact Parliament. Tell us a brief journey in the Youth Impact Parliament and your personal profile.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. When you talk about Youth Impact Parliament, you're talking about a platform created to groom the youth, to nurture the youth in public speaking, how parliamentary businesses are, then the competence or how to both to speak boldly in public, how to
Okay.
able to debate as well,
Okay.
and of how to know how to get those moral values as well as a youth coming up. Because we used to say, as a youth, we are the future leaders, but
Mhm.
I think that notion is wrong because the future is now.
Oh.
So we are supposed to take it up and do it. So as a personal experience with the Youth Impact Parliament, though I was not able to join the first parliament, I joined the second,
Okay.
from the second all the way down here. So I used to be timid, used to fear, but all thanks to Youth Impact Parliament,
Okay.
I'm able to get the experience, debates, even to the time people will call me to be like, oh, I want to just do like you, I want to dress like you, I want to behave like you, I want to talk like you.
Okay.
All thanks to Youth Impact Parliament, rising from the various portfolios all the way to where I am today as the chief whip for the Senate.
So can you just take us through your brief journey through Youth Impact Parliament, positions you've held, and your current position there?
No, okay. Can't recollect all though, but I can't remember, I started from the deputy clerk, public relation. Since I was into arts when I was at the whole technical university, so I took it up from there. Then I rise to the clerk. From there, I dropped down to an MP. Then from there, then that was when they formed the Senate. Then we moved to the Senate, where I'm currently serving as the majority whip.
Interesting profile. Sandra?
Yes.
Your journey, your personal profile, current positions of Youth Impact Parliament.
Okay, so being with the Youth Impact Parliament, I actually joined Youth Impact Parliament because I was a very timid person. I could hardly stand in front of crowd. So when I heard of Youth Impact Parliament, I had to chat my boss, Mr. Jones. I was like, okay, this is how I am. And I heard you groom leaders, you make leaders build their confidence, and so I want to join Youth Impact Parliament. And he took me through. He welcomed me, and then since my time there, I can say I've seen changes, because the timid Sandra now can speak boldly. I mean, a lot has changed, and I've only held position as assistant clerk affairs, and that's my current position now towards Youth Impact.
Interesting one.
Yeah.
Mawuse, Papa of the house, can you take us your journey throughout Youth Impact Parliament, personal profile, and current positions you hold in the Youth Impact Parliament?
Okay, so this journey, I would say it's worth it.
Okay.
Because if you look at the Youth Impact Parliament, there's nothing very different from what our mother parliament does. We literally do what they also do here. Just that we are doing it in our own space. So maybe the exposure is not there, but we are just praying that with time they'll hear of us more often. So that is literally what you do. We talk about governance issues, advocate for the youth, whatever is needed in our community or society. We add our voices to it and use the right channels to pass it through the appropriate authorities so that the right thing should be done about it. So with this journey from the second parliament as an MP, served, and after that in the third parliament I was recognized for a leadership position. So I served as an operations officer for the Youth Impact Foundation. There's a foundation for the movement. So I serve as the operations officer for the foundation. So moving from the third parliament as the operations officer, the fourth parliament I became the minority chief whip. And after the fourth parliament, being entrusted with leadership again, I'm still maintained as the minority chief whip in the fifth parliament as well. So the journey was it's worth it. I gained a whole lot of exposure. I don't know. It was recently that I know that when we go on these engagement stuff, we create posts ourselves to share on social media. I don't know, people go there to go and read about all these things. Some people were talking about myself to me last time. I was very surprised. I don't know where people are monitoring me, but in all, this is where I'm getting the exposure and those courage and other stuff from. That is keeping me going.
Okay, so first question about Youth Impact Parliament before we tackle the subject matter itself. Why Youth Impact Parliament? Sandra, why Youth Impact Parliament?
I chose Youth Impact Parliament because I believe they can actually groom me in becoming the lady I want to become.
Okay.
To come out of my comfort zone and then because I've always wished to be confident, but then I wasn't having that confidence level. And so I'm glad choosing Youth Impact Parliament, because gradually it's building me to come out of my shell and be that confident lady I want to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your personal interest was to build self-confidence, be vocal.
Yes.
Cyril, what do you have to say? Why Youth Impact Parliament?
Youth Impact Parliament, because as someone who was passionate about youth development and leadership positions, because I can't remember my first time in the Youth University at level 100. I started having key interest in the SRC, so I draw close to the people that were close to the power. Let me say it that way. So when I got to know of the YIP. So I got to read more about the YIP and what it does and what they are into. So I found out that it will help me broaden my understanding of some of the leadership qualities, as well as the norms, as some of the things to do and not to do, how to be able to debate the cons and pros in debate, and YIP as a whole, because I've gotten a lot of, let me say, exposures from YIP.
Sure.
I've gotten to meet at least a lot of MPs through YIP, although aside the YIP, I got to meet them on a different platform as well. But YIP gave me the opportunity to meet a lot of them, to create that network with them, which is currently pushing me to where I am today.
Okay. Mark, you gave an insightful talk about your journey in YIP, but the question still stands. Why Youth Impact Parliament?
Okay, so I would say Youth Impact Parliament because I would choose the reason why I chose Youth Impact Parliament is because, one, growing up with the little leadership exposure I have from, let me say, my primary, rising up, keen interest in doing something that should be heard of. So growing up to be having that advocacy for youth, interested in whatever the youth does, because I'm also a youth. So adding my voice to the development of youth, it's something that will be worth it. So starting this personal journey, even though the public speaking, I have some basis from my other side. So I saw this also as a platform that's okay. Now, when you get here, you have like-minded people that I can talk with at any time. So I opt out to join to add more confidence to whatever I have. Give me that confidence for public speaking. As I'm here now, not to be of a boast, but I don't know who I can stand in front that I want to talk to the person and I'll be feeling shy. That confidence is actually there because I've built it there. Sometimes when we are in the house, some of the MPs will trigger you to say something.
Okay.
Yes, so it actually builds your confidence. Sometimes you don't even know what to say about that particular subject matter, but you'll be called. You have to quickly formulate something to say to match whatever it's saying. So their confidence level and let me say coming out of nowhere to speak with issues with your intellectual mind, I think it's what it's really coming up very well.
Okay, so back to business. Today's subject matter, today's main topic: youth in governance and development. Youth in governance and development. First of all, who are the youth of this country? Why youth governance and development? Cyril, can you start with for it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I remember in my initial statement I talked about, we used to say the
youth are the future leaders.
Yeah,
but
the future is now. So when you talk about the youths, you're talking about the human labor or the labor of the country. And as at now, when you look at the current administration, the current government, you can see that most of the people that are in the government currently are the youth. So it's telling us that no, as a youth, you don't have to wait and be saying that, oh, the future will come, that will be our time. But rather, let's take up. So as governance, it's just for us to just know how to govern as well, because governance is broad. Your character also plays a role. Your integrity is part, and your behavior as a whole. Because when it comes to governance, you need to be a bit. You need to go through some kind of mentorship or some kind of training before, because for you to just get up. So as youth in this governance system, it is our responsibilities now to shape the future. As I said, the future is now. So we don't have to wait. You need to start making our mind that the future is things that are going to do to better the country now by adding our voice to the governance, making position papers to parliament when the need rise, making comments as well when it comes to those radio interview, making submission and all those things as well.
Okay, so my question back to you again, can you actually say youth bridge the gap between Ghana's policy making and the government?
If I get it, is it Youth Impact Parliament?
Yes, Youth Impact Parliament.
Yeah, so Youth Impact Parliament is bridging the gap now because it's grooming the youths to take up those responsibilities.
Sure.
Someone would say the name is Youth Impact Parliament, so it's going to be based on parliament, those who want to be MP. But no, it's because to become a president, you need to be able to speak, you need to be vocal, you need to know some kind of moral rights as well, which you get from YIP. So it's not maybe if you want to be MP that we have to come to YIP, but rather the CEOs, you need to be confident, you need to be of integrity, you need to have, you need to be trustworthy. So YIP is going to give you that platform to nurture those qualities, to make yourself available or prepare yourself adequately for those positions when they come.
Mark, why youth governance and development?
Okay, so if you look at the current trend of the world right now, you can see the modernization is fast approaching with the way we do things.
Wait, fast approaching or it's already here?
And the fast approaching, I'm saying, like, it have reached us with a very top speed. Things that we were not wishing that the current trend of technology would have taken from us, it have already taken it from us far gone. So if you don't align yourself, you'll be lagging behind. You will not find yourself anywhere. So I would say, so in that particular way, you could say the youth are more okay with the current trend of technology. When you look at our old age, our mothers, grandmothers, they will tell you they are off the system already. So they are not even ready to cooperate to, most of them are not ready to cooperate to some of these current trendy technology. So their work is now on the youths to do. So if you take the life of the some current leaders in government now, from the Council of State for Volta region, some MPs who are of the same, almost the same age like us, no vast difference. You can see the exposure that they are giving, and it's making youth in governance very nice. If you could see these people putting in the energy to do what they are doing now, then that means the youth, there is, if you also follow this trend, there is future, there is great future for us. Yes, we are learning a lot from these, the likes of these people, because they are actually putting in the enthusiasm and the vim in doing the work. So the youth in governance is something that we should advocate for and support, because if the youth with the fresh energy are putting the energy in the governance of this country, I think we are moving far. We have the insights, the knowledge, the exposure, and that cooperative spirit to work together. So we are the future leaders, and the future, as earlier on said, is now. So we have to put ourselves in that space, and we will make the change, because we are already seeing some people, the young leaders in the space causing the change already. So I believe the change will actually come. Thank you.
Sandra. Yeah. Youth governance. Ghana, how? Yeah, Ghana. So the youth form a proportional percentage of Ghana's population. Youth governance and development. What's your take on it?
Well, why youth in governance? Because I feel we the youth are equipped with fresh ideas and energies, and we understand modern problems and modern technologies, and I feel the youth being given the opportunity to bring up their ideas and decision makings, and being given the opportunity to take part in government. They I don't even know how to put it. I don't know. The country will really should I say improve, because I feel the youth are we really have the ideas. Okay, we just need opportunities or the platform to lay down our ideas or to bring our decisions to in order to help the our government improve.
Okay, so someone might be wondering, how can Ghana ensure proportional youth representation in parliament and local government? How can Ghana ensure proportional youth representation in parliament and local government? Who will take that? Okay, Mark.
So in that space, you could say right now, this is some of the ways to empower the youth. Currently, let me take the women empowerment for instance. You could see right now the current government gave a percentage of women in leadership position, and he has achieved that, giving them some quota in the governance system. So if that wants to be achieved, then that means the government have to align a quota for the youths, both male and female. But you take the youthful age of the Ghanaians, people who are in the youth age, you give them the opportunity. Or if this governance and local council, the leaders, there should be a portion that strictly should be youth. So if you give this opportunity to these people to serve at those particular or those positions, they can also be able to contribute to decision making and stuff. So giving them the compulsory, do I say compulsory? Yeah, let me say compulsory. Or giving them a space in governance and the local council and other stuffs, like a strict adherence that, oh, okay, if the leaders are 12, at least 3 should be youths to be among. It's an example I'm making.
Yeah.
For example, if Y3,
it's 12.
Yeah.
It could have been equal by Y3.
Okay, Y3. Why do I say 3? Because right now, if you look at, I would say our fathers and mothers, they are in the limelight now, and we can't go in full force. It should take time. If today they give the youth a very minimal percentage and they act very well, they've used it very, very well, I think tomorrow they'll increase it, because they are seeing the importance of them being part. So you start from somewhere before you get to the other side. Okay. So that is why I would say that. So in general, giving a quota to the youth in leadership position generally would have fueled a whole lot of good for the nation or the government.
Okay, so how can the youth be involved in designing and implementing national policies affecting them? Cyril?
Okay, so to me, I'll be of the view that since there was an affirmative action bill which favors women, it can also be a one that will favor the youth.
Okay.
So maybe if they're coming to form a government or a board, at least if they are giving 30% to the women, we can actually give 20 to the youth, then the rest to the men. So we can get, so because in that way then you start grooming them.
So initially you are saying 50% to the men?
Yeah.
Why 50% to the men?
As the Bible says, the man is the head, so you can't take it away. So no matter what, you still have to just give them that distance.
Okay.
So as the question goes, so giving the youth that kind of opportunity and mentorship to go a long way to help the, because the typical example is the Honorable Edem Agbana He was being mentored, and you can all attest to the marvelous work he's doing currently as an MP. Even as a first timer in the parliament, he's doing extremely well. So when the youth are given that kind of exposures, mentorship, and all those things, the future of the country will be very bright.
Wow. The future of the country will indeed be very bright. Building on what she said, what leadership program can equip these young Ghanaians or these young fair youth of this honorable country for future governance role?
Wow. What program?
Yes, what programs can equip the young youth of this Ghanaian?
Because the program, we can't be specific to any program, because no matter where you find yourself, you all play a role to make the country great. You can be a farmer, and it's playing an important role by sustaining the food aspect of the country. You can be a teacher as a youth in a teaching field and still make your name, make the impact. The only thing needed is the mentorship, the opportunity, and the push. I have allowed our elders to be seen as like a competitors, or maybe we'll come and take over from them. But they should be happy that they'll be training somebody to come and take after them in case they are not going to be around. Let's say in some few years to come, all those who are current, most of the MPs right now will step down. They won't go again. So, and who comes in? You have to make sure that whatever, because for you to be a good leader, you have to make your followers great. So if you can't impart anybody that will come after you to also make that positive impact that you are doing, then I guess you're not a leader. You are just, I don't even know the name to call her, but you're not a leader, because you're supposed to impart others. Because some few years to come, the world is moving like technological world. So as it's moving like that, should be giving the young ones coming also the exposures to those things. That is what to groom them. So as much as the leadership as well, let our elders give us opportunity. And also some of the youth are also misusing those opportunities as well. That's also one of the things that are blocking most of us, our opportunities. Because let's say someone that they give you mentorship and they've asked you to do this and you're not even honest to yourself. The person gives you your money, your person trusts you and give you money to do a project. Now you want to cut the money, then use the rest for your personal. Then you think you are doing the person. No, you are blocking chance for other people that will also come the person's way for mentorship as well. So as a youth also, we need to look at our character as well. And also the youth, others to also give us that mentorship and opportunity.
On youth budget allocation, Sandra, how can the government ensure transparent and impactful youth-focused budget allocation?
How can the
youth budget allocation? How can the government ensure transparent and impactful youth-focused budget allocation? Do you want someone?
Someone should just help me for now.
So
articulate.
To talk about the budget for the youths, the current government in power right now is doing marvelous when it comes to the youth aspect of the country. Because I think the last time they roll out a 1 million scholars program, they are currently doing the Ejumera program. A lot of programs are coming up.
So that will take us back to youth policies that I mentioned earlier on. So these are programs initiated by the government to help the youth, right?
Yes.
So I was expecting these policies to be mentioned on the previous ones again. But since you should throw more light on this for us, so you can go ahead.
Okay. So as I started earlier, the government is enrolling a lot of youth programs as well. So it is now up to the youth now to take advantage of it. Someone will say, because I'm done with the university, I'm looking for a work. So I have to get work at all means. So when these opportunities are given to the person feel like I'm way above those things. No, it's just a platform training you, grooming you. Because a time will come, we will need people in IT. Because a time will come, our mobile phones will not be like this again. It will just be something that you can just see on your body, then operate. So who will then come in to help us? It is we the youth. So now that they're giving us the opportunity, we as the youth have to take advantage of those opportunities, because the government is doing very well. It's investing a lot in the distance. Not to talk about the YIA as well. You can see they are recruiting a lot of youth now. They are sending some outside to go and work, and others are also coming up. So I'm sure by the end of this government's administration, I'm sure the youth will be like well equipped to take up some of the responsibilities to move the country forward.
Okay, so which key areas of the youth development can help boost youth empowerment in the country?
Which key areas?
Yes, like sectors of government that can help boost youth empowerment in this country.
Okay. So as I've talked about the Ejumera, it's more or less like a training into those business as well.
Sure.
The 1 million students program is also into a business as well. It will help you in a way to get revenue for you as well. I think the Farmers Day celebration, they honored some youths who were into farming.
Yeah.
That is just to motivate you that youth can also get to the. It's just to know that we as youth, like this government particularly, it's not just focus on the other people, but it's also concerned about the youth. Because if someone is able to think of awarding the youth to motivate others to do same, then I'm sure like some few years to come, the youth will take over the country.
Sure.
And I won't be surprised to see some few years to come, a youth will be president of this country.
How sure are you?
Oh, 100% sure.
Wow. So, in your perspective, education on both agriculture and digital are the basic areas whereby the government can enhance youth empowerment, right?
Yeah, because as the saying goes, agriculture is the backbone of a country.
Exactly.
Even the president said he's a farmer. So what more? You can be a teacher and still be a farmer. You can be a nurse and still be a farmer. So the farming cuts across every sector. You don't have to be maybe a farmer for you to go into farming. You can have your garden in the backyard and still do your small farming as well. So the farming it cuts across. So.
Can I say our education system is more focused on foreign languages than agriculture?
See, we live in a country where we invest more into the English language than our language. And also we are more focused on theoretical aspects of the practical this thing. You go to a school and who is into technical institutions, then all they will see is they'll be drawing the tools on the board, which is not going to help. Meanwhile, you have to get them the equipment to go towards do the hand-on tests, because you can't go to an agric school and they'll be drawing maize and they'll be labeling it on a board for you. It's not helping. You're supposed to go into this to take them to the field, let them experience how the seed germinates. They can take a soil, put it in a transparent this thing, practice it for them to see the processes. Because one thing I grew up to know is even when you're watching a movie, it takes down to read. You can be able to go and narrate it. But we read in this country just do chew and pork. That's why.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I was part of it as well. So.
Okay, so you are saying the government should focus more on practical than theory?
Yeah, focus more practical than the theory, because the theory will not help us.
Okay. Lovely listeners back at home, you are listening to this conversation. Indeed, so far so good. It has been excitable, it has been educative, and it was indeed impactful. We are going for a quick commercial break, but before we go on a quick commercial break, you can also join the conversation via our WhatsApp and SMS numbers on the number 024 066 0208 or 0200 312935. We are going for a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Welcome back from that quick commercial break, and you are still listening to the Youth Impact Parliament Talk Show right here on Stone City 90.7 FM. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we were having a discussion before we went for a quick commercial break. So, Youth Impact Parliament, youth governance and development. What can you say? We spoke about policies that implement youth, that can help boost youth, and our development programs in this country. Cyril, can you throw more light on that for us?
In terms of the programs that the government have already implemented, okay, when we talk about the 1 million coders program, it's an IT program that the government, or let me say the government through the Ministry of the Youth Development Empowerment have implemented to help train 1,000 youths into coding. Because we live in a world where now technology is everything. So for the government to have that kind of mindset to train youth in the coding, I think it's a good step in the right direction to position the youth able to catch up with the developing world like China and all those things. So some few years to come, those who are currently undergoing the 1 million coders program will finish, and they will be pushed into their various ministries that needed the assistance, like the Ministry of Communication, for them to start their working there. So some few years to come, those youths will take it up from there. Then talk about the Jumara program, which is currently ongoing as well. I think they'll be finishing either this week or the coming week.
Okay.
They'll finish the first cohort, then the other ones are also in the pipe coming.
Okay. So the coding program, do you believe that some youth of this country don't use their platforms very well? Because it will shock you that you will go out and ask the youth, have you heard about this initiative program? And they'll tell you no. So how do you break this news to the youth longer than, because we have our brothers and our sisters in the village who are more passionate about agriculture, yet they don't have any basic knowledge about agriculture. They are more passionate about IT, but they don't have any idea this initiative has been implemented. How then do we preach this to them?
Okay. The first question was, some of the youth don't use their
Digital
platforms very well, because we are in a world where everything is on social media. If you take your phone and you go to TikTok, you see all sorts of things. Something that someone did somewhere, you will see it. When you go to Facebook, something that someone did somewhere, you have access to it. So as a youth, we are supposed to make sure that we use our various platforms very well. Like for instance, Facebook, like that, you're supposed to get to follow the various ministries, because the Ministry of Information is there, Ministry of Agric and all those things. Just get to follow them. So once in a while, get to see the information that they've posted on their various platforms. Then you see that, what is going on in those things. Well, as a youth, you're supposed to be concerned about things that will benefit you. You don't have to wait for somebody to prompt you that, have you heard of this? Have you heard of this? You should be eager to. But in a situation where you find yourself in a deprived area, where you don't have access to those technologies, that is where the community systems and outreach comes in, where the various officers or the public relation of those departments will have to go to the deprived areas or the rural areas to talk to them, educate them on the program that the government is initiating, or if it's into agric, what the president said is going to do for those in agric field. Get to talk to them, let them know that this and this is what the president is coming to do. Let them have access to that information. Then I'm sure we can bridge the communication gap as well.
Okay. So
to add up to that, you see the 1 million coders initiative that was implemented at people. Yeah, one thing that we should know is even when we were in school, we completed school. After school, you could see some people that you did the same course with are now finding themselves in different fields.
Okay.
So sometimes it's technology. So some of these kids can enroll in this 1 million coders program, take this initiative very well, graduate or complete it successfully. But maybe tomorrow they might not find themselves in that, let's say, software development field or a keen field that is related to that particular thing they've done. But just that at that particular instance, they've gained a hands-on knowledge as to how that field plays. So if tomorrow that particular kid have to find himself in an organization that will deal with those particular styles. So right now, even if you look at it, people are developing softwares and stuff and pitching to organizations and societies. So if I'm working there and someone is coming to pitch a software that I'm going to use for my organization, and I don't have a key knowledge about how IT works or the systems works, the person can come and deceive me and give me something which is not good and go. But if I have a good knowledge about how it works, I'll be able to ask questions and know how it plays, so that I can also safeguard my organization and my integrity in wherever I find myself. So many will go through this training, but not all of them that will find themselves in the coding world or software development field. Yes, not all of them that will find themselves there. Some of them just go there to get some hands-on knowledge as to how those systems play.
Okay, Cyril.
Yeah, so to add up to what my brother was talking about, the 1 minute code, the coding program actually goes beyond only coding.
Okay.
It goes into data analyzing, data collection, cyber security, and all other IT relation programs.
Okay.
Yeah, so
That's all you have to add to it.
so to add to it as well, if this program is fully implemented,
Okay.
it will push Ghana's digital this thing to match with the developed countries. Because as I said earlier, we are moving in the digital world. I know everything right now is digital. It can be in the house and be working outside the country. So if you don't know how to operate those systems or how to gather data or how to analyze data and all those things, you're going to find it difficult. So this program is actually there to bridge that gap for us to also get youth into those fields as well.
Sandra.
Yeah. So I'll also like to commend the government for the bold and strategic decision to split the Ministry of Youth and Sports.
Okay.
Because that recognition is important. Is an important youth development. Yeah, actually. So I just like to commend them.
Okay.
Okay,
So
so-
on social norms and values for we the youth, how do you think social norms and value can leverage to promote responsible leaders of tomorrow?
So, okay. So, speaking to that, let me take it from this perspective.
Okay.
First, when you and Cyril were having a conversation, you were talking about how does, let's say, some youth in deprived areas get to know about these initiatives.
Yeah.
Yeah. So right now, what is happening is that the way the exposure is coming from some of these youth or the nation. Yesterday, like this, I was at Volta Tech and Innovation Summit.
Okay.
The students from, I think, Sunrise, Ola, Mauko, and I think Sokode Senior High. And some of them, if they ask questions, you'll be like, yes, some of these kids are getting the insight into the trend of technology now.
Okay.
So then what then happens? Some of these people, they are from deprived areas, but they are keen on making it. So how then do we support them? So the best way to support them is their local assemblies. The local assembly, that is the basic. So they should try this kind of advocacy programs. Let the youths at those areas know the trend of technology. If you let them know from that side, I think they will be keen to know more. Because sometimes if you find yourself in this kind of environment, if you expose the kids to a very, let's say, a tiny tip of technology, they'll be keen to play around it the more. They want to know more about it. So if these local assemblies can encourage or get in touch with these tech companies or public speakers who can come around, do community engagements for the kids so that they know the current trend of technology, teach them some one or two things, I think it will even guide them in choosing their career path. Because sometimes a kid might be very keen in, let's say, the IT world, but maybe end up doing general science in SHS
Okay, that brings me to my follow-up question for you. Don't you think parents also try to tend to decide which career path their children go to? Imagine a child being so passionate about IT, but due to their fathers believe, all their mothers believe, the mother is like, why don't you pursue science? And at the end of the day, this kids find themselves in various fields they are not passionate about and end up causing havoc in that field.
Let me say, I'm an example of that.
Okay, so how did you switch back to your field?
I did general science.
Okay.
Mommy said I have to be a doctor.
Okay.
So I did general science in SHS. So what then happens?
Okay.
So after school, then times we don't have. It's not that we have cafes and phone very exposed. Sometimes you have to go to cafe if you want to access the internet.
Okay.
So going to cafe sometimes to go and do some 1 or 2 research and so. So I was like, no, the health sector. And looking at the health sector too, I'm not a type that's looking at it. I don't like to see people in pain and those stuff. So even sometimes at home, if my kid brothers have wound and stuff, I don't even attend to them. So how do I go and find myself in that sector? I will literally do nothing.
Okay.
So in those times, going to cafe to learn, I don't know. This is a trend that I can align myself with.
Okay.
So I have to change. Even though I got admission to nursing training, I have to start school, but I have to switch it off.
Okay.
I have to stay home until additional 1 year because admissions have closed.
Okay.
And I have to wait for the next year so that I apply for the trend that I want to take. So the parents might say it, but right now, that was those times. Right now, the trend of technology.
Actually, there are parents out there who are still doing this, choosing career path for their words.
So, you see the advocacy that I'm talking about?
Just to hold you on pause, Cyril.
Yeah, so you see, we live in a society where our parents disregard some professions.
Okay.
They see it as let me just put it. They see that non-profitable avenue for their words to go to. Because just imagine your parents give birth to you and you want to be like, I want to grow up and become an artist. They'll be like, so am I sending you to school or wasting my money for you to just become an artist? What will you be doing? And then that notion that in Africa they don't value artworks.
Okay.
So it make a lot of parents to feel like, let me waste my money, send you to school for you to become an artist. You see, we live in a world where our parents believe in for you to be successful in life, you have to be a doctor, a lawyer, and those big ones.
Okay.
But they've forgotten that we all play a vital role. Okay. You can be a farmer, but you can play a crucial role in the community than the lawyer, the teacher, and other professions.
Okay.
Growing up, I was into the art. So I was doing arts because the family was more or less like an art. There's some kind of art in the family. Okay. So when I was coming to university, I told myself I'm coming to do industrial because I don't know. Because that was what I started from the senior high school. Some of my mates was like, are you going to waste your time to go and do a course that at the end of the day you just sit in the house and be painting and nobody will purchase your artwork? Even that alone would even discourage you from pursuing the course. So I think we have to be education or a program for the parents to educate them on for them to not to judge their kids based on what they feel is right. Allow the child to explore, because I know in the other world, like outside the continent Africa, they give the child the privilege to try certain things. If they find out this is what you are good into, then they start training you from that aspect. Okay. So you see that the child grows and become perfect in it. Okay. Now for it to be like even our secondary school and the school system doesn't favor. You are doing art, but then you're going to learn about how many teeth are in the mouth of a dog at the senior high school and all those things. You see, it doesn't align with what you are doing. Okay. You see, our education system also have a problem because most of the things are just theoretical. And when you get to the field, it is different from what they are teaching in the classroom. So why don't we move it from those things, then get based to what the world is demanding and teach the children that, this is what the world is demanding. If you want to go into the art, then get the digital art attached to it, because it can be painting using paint and brush right now in this mode in Ghana. there are a lot of softwares that can help you do a lot of work within the shortest possible time. Last time I was watching a video on TikTok, sculpture, the one that you use to clay. You have to melt clay, wait for it to ferment before it start the process. There was this machine right now. You just queue what you want to model. Just queue in the system. Within a simple, shortest possible time, the thing is ready. Okay. You dry it, then you go forward. So let's not deprive our children, but rather educate our parents on it.
Mark, you were saying something before I had to cut you for Cyril to come in.
Yeah. So what I'm literally saying. So right now, if you take a look, you could see some organizations and individuals try to engage kids on this STEM education, that is robotics and other stuff. So
robotics.
Yes, the robotics and other IT stuffs. So it's a bit now opening kids their mind into the technology now. So sometimes if you see some kids, the exposure to some technological gadgets, you'll be like, wow, because they are carrying it, and there should be more education on that in the next 2-3 years to come. Kids will not even have stress teaching them something because they've already explored and they know. Right now, some kids under, let's say, 7 years can operate
a mobile
phone more than you do.
Exactly.
you are holding phone. They can operate a mobile phone more than you do.
You'll even be surprised.
Yes. I was having an interaction with.
Who knows how to operate my phone better than anybody in the house?
I was having
yourself where they've learned those things from.
I asked him, so where are you doing it? And he was like, Auntie, you don't know it. I'm like, wow.
Yeah. And sometimes too, where we are at the part of the world is also a challenge. And we refuse to leverage ourselves to the current trend. Because now I was interacting with a man yesterday. He said they have, let's say, the brothers' kids are outside. The kids use 4 tablets and they are for different purposes.
Okay.
But Ghana here, even a mobile phone that you tell your mom or dad to buy for you, wahala.
It's not. Let me come in on that. It's not all. Sandra, do you have something to say?
Well, I'll also say it's wahala actually.
Okay.
I didn't know what you wanted to say, but in Ghana here, even a kid at 15 years who needs even 15. Let me speak from my home. My kid brother at 15 years now needs a phone. My mom's feel he's too young and he wouldn't use the phone appropriately.
Sandra,
and
that's the point.
Sandra,
you won't use it appropriately.
I love the fact that you chipped in
society.
Like they will not use it appropriately.
Yeah.
Peer
pressure.
I can't ask you for a phone right now for educational purposes. Entrust that phone in that kid's hand for like 2 hours, 3 hours. Bet you and I he would divert from what he wanted to say or what he was doing there for. That alone is the fear our parents have to entrust these children with, because they are so much involved. You can give your phone to a child. You don't know. See, my nephew has done it to me before. My previous phone, he encrypted it with virus. I don't know how. So now we are still trying to figure it out. So this is the fear. This is how it happens. You get.
And
so,
we won't blame our African parents because the kids of late going on TikTok, seeing what is going on.
The challenge is
yes.
To me, kids can use the phone.
Okay.
Why? If you are deprived, the same kid you are stopping from. The same kid you are stopping from not using the phone is using the same phone somewhere.
Yeah,
last time they finished, when they finish WASI, we know it is not allowed to use mobile phones on campus. But when these kids finish WASI, they did some trendy videos that where did they get the phones from?
Okay.
You see, we live in a society where peer pressure plays a key role. Kids are easily influenced by negative things.
Their fellow colleagues.
Let's say right now, they've given a kid brother or a kid sister a phone for you to go to TikTok and saw someone dressed half naked. And you feel like, oh, it's nice. And you go to a comment, people are praising it. Then let me also dress that way. So you see that they're following the person who try to model that way. So that is the fear that our parents are also having.
Well, Cyril, come to talk of that. There was this trend months back where this Indian girl dressed the mother. Sometimes it's not the parents' fault. The parents put in the maximum effort to nurture the kid. This girl dressed from her house, a typical Indian tradition. She's Arab, covered herself, but she did a TikTok video. Whereas when her mother dropped her off, she had extra pair of dresses in her bag and went to the school's washroom, changed into something very inappropriate. And funny enough, her principal was also active on TikTok. Ended up finding that the principal saved the video, sent it to the parents, and the girl right now they've banned her from social media. And there is this new law in a country where I'm not entitled to mobile phone on social media.
With this right now, as I said, the child is afraid that if I dress like that in the house, my mother will not like it. But because you have seen something on TikTok like that, the person dressed like that, and it's nice for her. Okay. Knowing that my parents don't like it. So the child will dress nicely in the house, live and behave that way because of the peer pressure. Her friends are doing it. You see, sometimes we find ourselves in certain groups that also have bad influence on us. Okay. So if you're not careful, you'll end up spoiling your child than making the good out of your child for you.
I always say this, see, our problem is poverty. Oh yes. No, let me start an example.
I don't think the problem is
if you go to a rich home, if you go to a rich home, okay, that everything is at the child's disposal. Those childs are always concentrated to learn something.
Are you sure?
Yes, I've because right now, if you take for example, if you take some kids that they are not from a well-to-do home, okay, their parents struggle to give them. They diverse ways to get funds and buy phones they use in their hideouts. But right now, a kid that's the house they are allowed to use laptop, to use phone, he knows that it is at his or her disposal.
First of all, Mark,
yeah,
it might be at your disposal, but they have parent restrictions on that phone, so you can't
say, you can't go into it.
You can't say for sure that those kids are exposed and are the liberty. It will shock you. It will shock you that you might have rich friends that are entitled to laptops, tablets, phone, multiple phone, but they have parent restrictions on that phone. They've coded their phone that whatever is happening on your phone, your parents are aware. They are seeing it. So you can't say for sure that they are at liberty to do that. That's why it will shock you that those rich kids, excuse me to say, some of them turn out to be the most notorious children. Sports brats. Very, very.
Not to cut you short.
Look at this trend that happened 3 months ago, hype things, GH. It will shock you that these rich kids are proud enough, bold enough to come on social media claiming their notes are better than others' notes. You see, and these are rich kids that everybody thought that they were morally brought up right. Though they might be morally brought up right, but you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. You get?
I get you, but one challenge I have is, you see, the kids of today, whatever you are rather depriving them of in open, they are doing worse in the closed space.
No, exactly.
So, to add to it.
So, in that particular spirit of time, why don't you rather educate them on the best way to go about it? Because no matter what they are doing it.
You see, curiosity kills a cat. If you tell your child that
don't do this,
the person will be curious to know. But
I want to
let the person know that when you do this and this and this, it will lead to this.
That is
then the person knows that okay,
ladies,
this will bring to this, so I'll be careful.
Sandra, you can come in and add your points to this for us.
Well,
you are a woman. you are more exposed to the grooming of others than the gentlemen in the studio. So we would love to have your take on this.
Okay, so you made a statement that kids from rich homes have moral trainings.
I'm not saying moral training.
I think he started
that, and I'm like, they might have. We don't know what's going on behind the scene. They might have the moral trainings, or they might not. Some of these kids, their parents are very busy that they had to hire nannies to train them.
That's why I wanted to say it's not all kids that have moral trainings from rich homes. Some are actually being spoiled with money. Okay, they feel there is money, and so they can just do whatever they want to do, and they are free to go. And you know, some of these kids from let me say the poor backgrounds, some of them are actually really wise. They know where they are coming from, and so they know what they are up to. But some of them curiosity actually wants to, they feel they should do what their colleagues are doing. I would say I'm an example. I grew up from a very strict home.
Okay.
Very, very strict. And if not for the strictness of my mom and my dad, I would say I have my third or fourth child by now.
Wow.
Yes, because I grew up from an environment where a kid at the age of 12 has their baby.
Oh, okay.
Yes. It is. So it's I feel it's because of the but even at that I still felt I wanted to live my life. So when I finally left the house to start my life on my own, I started doing certain things. I'm a type that like these jewelries, anklets, but I got to a point I was like, no, it makes no sense. Let me just be simple. Let me just go my simple way and
okay, so let me draw the question on this. What programs can the youth bring up to curb this immoral or educate the younger ones, because initially these ones are technically the future. Because,
so to talk about the question first, you see, if you know where you are coming from, you know where you are going. If you know you are coming from a family where your parents suffered before sending you to school, you not go and be misbehaving like
some people will still do.
No, that's the person doesn't know where he is coming from.
Let's drop that.
Let me use myself as an example.
Some kids can be very heartless. They don't care.
The person doesn't know where he's coming from.
Because they know where they are coming from.
They know where they are coming from. They are very conscious.
They're heartless.
Very heartless.
Cyril, no, if you know where you're coming from, not in the sense of I'm from home. No, not that sense.
No.
I'm from a background that my parents suffered to raise me.
Children.
My senior brother. My senior brother left a life that everybody in our vicinity was shocked because of my dad. See, my dad. That is why we got to, let's say, when we started going out for school, SHS and stuff. That is why we were exposed to. See, he will carry you from the house to school.
No, it's
when you call. I'm telling you something.
My cousin also was.
When you finish, when you are back from the school, he will bring you back from the school. You sit down, you do your homework, you enter your room. You are not going anywhere. You are not going anywhere. I'm making a scenario. So they're like that street supervision is on us in the house. 24/7. But when my brother went astray, when people saw the situation, that day when a police picked him up, people came to my dad, like some women in the area, women, they came crying like, what's is your son involved in that? Because they know him not to be like that because of you, the way you treat them.
Not to cut you short, the statement I made here, my cousin was a victim of this. 2 streets on a child can also spoil a child.
That is it.
So what I'm saying, that if you don't know where you are coming from, you don't know where you are going. It's a proverb. It's not that I'm coming from I'm coming from. No. As a child, if you deliberately know where you are coming from, you actually know where you are going, you will follow crowd.
Cyril.
You behave yourself.
Some of them will still follow crowd.
No, that means you don't know where you are heading to.
No, listen, do you know some children can just be so heartless, very wicked. They don't care the effort you are putting in their life. They don't care where they are coming from.
So,
they don't care.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I know. You see, when I was making the rich kid something, I know someone in my town. The man is rich, like having shops. Like everybody knows that he's rich.
No,
but
what I'm talking about,
the son is
it's not about physical distance. It's a problem I'm talking about.
They sent him to school. You drop out of school. He's now smoking and stealing.
No, is it?
There's nothing. So he's even taking the mom's cooking utensils and selling to people.
No, what you are talking about, are deviating from what I'm raising. What I'm raising, it's not like maybe I know that my parents are poor. No. They say the Bible said what God have plans for each and everyone.
Okay.
So if you don't know your plan, if you don't know your plan, you go astray.
Okay.
Tell you.
Let me give you a scenario.
Growing up as a young boy, because I was having a straight parent.
Okay.
They didn't allow me to use phone, so I saved money to buy my own phone. Anytime they sleep, I'll be using it. It got to time. I realized I went for a program, a church program. But they closed late in the night, so I was still there. My mother came there to drag me to the house. So from there, I don't go for night programs, and it's something that I've grown up with. Not like this kind of the training was there. But it got to time they give me that kind of privilege. But I realized that this will not benefit me. This will not benefit me. I won't do, because I know that maybe few years to be, I want to be here. So certain groups, I won't join them. Certain people, I won't do. Certain things that people are doing, I won't do.
Okay.
Do you know, I can equally dress and pull my trouser down, but it won't put me to where I'm going. It will give the kind of notion that you are stubborn.
Cyril, not to cut words out of your mouth, you mentioned that you had a friend or you know of a guy that grew up in a rich family but ended up stealing and smoking. That's kleptomania. He's a kleptomania. It's a disease. Yeah. If you don't pick anything, if you don't pick someone's thing, you are not free. Yeah. So that is his problem.
No, you see, he grew up not to be like that.
He grew up not to be like that. So along the way, he became a kleptomania.
So do you know what made him to live that lifestyle was smoking?
You see, peer pressure
comes in. So
yes.
He was exposed. And you, Cyril, you were saying something about you grew up, you decided to go according to the values. It's a decision you do.
Because I know what I want to be.
It doesn't matter about you know what you want to do.
That's your decision.
You see,
that is your decision.
We have kids that are actually very heartless.
See,
some kids can have everything at their disposal and still go astray.
We have youth right now down the street. If you ask them, they say that they regretted some of the things they did.
Regretted
because they
so you that you said answer the time you saved to buy the phone. Your mom and dad knows you don't have phone. So if something happened, they said Cyril used phone to do this. So no, Cyril is not like that.
So because I realized that what I was doing will not help me. And the kind of people that I started working with made me change from how I used to be. Because if you know me from the time I got to HTU first year, I don't dress this way.
Okay.
This is not how I used to dress. Those who know me from level 100 know that this is not how I used to dress. I get to the campus, get too close to the SRC executive. That time, Kisi, the former SRC president, they were the people in the SRC home of friend. When I got to them, I realized that I was looking different among them whenever we were working. So when we vacated and we resumed, I just changed my dress. Nobody asked me to change. But the second which you find yourself, you don't fit. So what do? You dress in to fit.
Cyril,
you change your character.
You're still not getting
it. So you might find yourself in the most decent cycle ever, but you can still choose to be the bad nut.
No, you see.
That's why we have something
the wise and be wise.
Okay, I get your point. Sit at the table of 5 foods and automatically you are the seatful. That is fine. We can all be seated here. Everybody has a good moral, but I can choose to decide to go astray. That is my personal decision. So we are entitled to personal decisions. You get
that one is very true.
So in as much as we are all exposed to peer pressure, it is you. We are all matured. We all know what to do. You can't come and tell me to go and steal and also follow you and go and steal. I will decide whether to follow you or not.
This statement right now draws back to if you know where you are going. Certain things you will do. You'll be careful of your choice. The things you do.
So you are making the right point, but a scenario in which you are putting it is wrong. You get? Yes, now it is a personal decision, right? We are all in this. Look at how you guys are dressed. I can choose to come and wear anything I want. It is my best. I would look different, and that's where conscience comes in. I would be bothered, or I can't. I would be bothered. I can't be bothered. You get? That is where you decided that no, I felt very odd among my friends, so let me switch to the way they are dressing. It is a personal decision. They didn't tell you. You chose that personal decision for yourself, and it is helping you in a good way. And I'm telling you that some people can equally be very heartless. You get? No matter the effort you put in. Have you ever seen the most stubborn human being before? They are very grounded. They don't shake.
The statement is if someone wants to change, if you can't force someone to change, unless the person is
willing. That's what I'm telling you. It is a personal decision.
But you see, sometimes your friends also plays a role in you changing. No, Mark Bless, you can attest your father when you get close to YIP.
That one.
Certain things you don't do anymore.
That one is true.
It's very true, but it is a personal decision.
That one is personal decision. Just like, let's say, you have your own house. What I want in my house is what I will do.
Yeah, my panelists, we have 5 minutes to wrap before we open the phone lines for our viewers and our listeners to join in. So 5 minutes for each of 5 minutes divided among the three of us.
So let me tackle on the the question you asked before we moved into
The moral values.
Yeah, the moral value.
Okay.
It's like we were all heated up in
that particular scenario.
Yeah. So your question was social norms. How will it promote responsible leaders for tomorrow?
Yes.
So for responsible leaders to begin, you need a social norm. We start with the humility, trustworthy. You must be able to work in a team. You must be able to respect the law. You must be able to tolerate others.
Okay.
In that way, you can be able to fit wherever you find yourself.
Respecting the law. Do you know we have lawmakers who break the law?
Exactly.
That one easy. We live in a country where some people see themselves to be superior to the law.
No one is above the law under this
That is
constitution.
true. But others, some people feel they are superior to the because they made the law. They feel they can amend the law to suit them, which is not supposed to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but Blaze, do you have something to add?
Yeah. So me, what I would say in a nutshell for all these things, most of these kids need education.
Okay.
Right now that technology is coming, so last time I think I was telling executive director last time Jones that we should do YIP SHS campus store to educate some of them on these things. So if we start from somewhere, if we start from that side, we get a good sponsorship and stuff, we can bring it down to the basic schools. So they carry it from that side. Because if I'm here right now and maybe I joined that YIP campus store, I have some grounded values from the start, how I maneuvered my way. If I happen to talk to 1,000 kids, I know with how it went, I'll get somebody that will follow that trend.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and Cyril too will say somebody too is interested in his own. So in that particular instance, if somebody picks my own, the friend might learn from the person and it keeps going. So I think the education will help, teaching them from the basics as to how they should go about it. Because if you pass through SHS and enter the university, if you don't have the good values before you enter the university, that particular stage, do I say there's no streets order or stuff. You try to do things anyhow on your own, unless you yourself know what you want. So if you guide them from the infant stage going forward, I think it will help us and it will help them as well. We'll also be proud that we've imparted somebody with change. Yeah.
Okay, Sandra, you would be concluding today's episode before we open the phone lines for our listeners to join in. So what is your final take?
So my final take on this is I'll also base on the education sector he spoke about. I'll also love younger ones to be more educated. And I don't know if there are any ways for even our parents, some, to also be more educated, because it looks like they are kind of blocking some of the kids from coming out of their shells. So I don't know if there is any way some of our parents can also be educated, because there are some of the parents out there, they feel like after SHS my kid is done with school and they don't need to continue with university anymore. They based on finance and there is no money, and so you are done with SHS, it's okay, and blah blah blah. I feel like those parents also need to be given some insights about tertiary. They should know what their kids are the reasons their kids are supposed to be in the tertiary to learn more and not just end at the SHS level. So that's what I have to say.
Okay, our lovely listeners back at home. Oh, Cyril, you have something to say?
Yes. Okay. I want to use this opportunity to appreciate the platform that brought us here. That is the Youth Impact Parliament and Stone City for the opportunity as well. As Youth Impact Parliament, we are open for support in kind and other things, because we are actually aiming to build our own parliament. That is
Ghana's
a future
parliament
for the youth parliament. It's something that we are aiming to do. So we are looking out for sponsors, for people to partner with us. We have a foundation as well which does those charity work. So we are also, our doors are open. In case of anything, just reach out to us. Then we'll be there to assist and we'll take it from there.
Okay, Mark.
Yeah. So I think that is it. So I think we'll be having a sitting on Sunday. So I think we'll talk more about this because they need it. We were imparted through our journey. So we also need to go and impart others. Yes. So I think the people who wish to support can actually reach out. I think before we end, executive director will leave his number so that anybody who wish to support this tour that we may do can
Okay.
support any organization or firm also can also reach out to, let's say, partner so that we do this, because I think education is the way.
Okay.
If we educate them, yeah, if we've done good to them than bad. Yeah.
And indeed, like I said early on, it's going to be educative, thought-provoking, and insightful. And indeed, they delivered with no much effort. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be opening our phone lines for you, our lovely listeners back at home. You can contact us on 024-066-0208 or 0200-312935. Get interactive with us via our WhatsApp or SMS. So welcome back from that quick commercial break, and you can still join us via WhatsApp or SMS on 0240-660208 or 0200-312935.
Station you can't live without. Stone City 90.7.
Yeah, hello.
And thanks to your listeners for also joining this program. I'm Jones.
Okay.
The conversation about children misuse of technology and then their attitude is far-fetched, because you realize that when you digest this particular matter, society has a role.
Okay.
The parents have a role. Their peers have a role.
Okay.
When you want to completely enclose them, they would not have that exposure. Sometimes we said experience is basically a teacher. Sometimes people need to fail in something to learn. So our insecurity of feeling that the children would not be groomed very well, so we should limit them, will end up destroying them. Sometimes I think our parents need to give an opportunity to the children to have the things they need and just trust that they'll do well. That's why we have monitoring.
Okay.
Give them the resource and monitor them. If you like, I'm not saying you should, assign spies to them and then all those things. But you have to allow them to go through some of these things. Some parents, they have the money to send their children to the best of schools, but they allow them to go through the side too. Why are they doing so? It is because they want them to experience the worst, not really the worst, but go through the standard. And when you go through the standard, you get to appreciate the best when you have it. So the children who are really pampered, perhaps because they thought that is the best, they are not able to really appreciate the worst of the things. So issues from there also end up destroying them. And when it comes to character building too, the society has a role to play. That is why when people steal, they have to be jailed. And that particular information has to be shared to the public that this person has been jailed for doing this. And when they hear that thing, they get scared and it grooms them.
Mr. Jones, can you kindly wrap it up for us?
Yes. So I don't think people have to be scared about having their children being exposed to technology.
Okay.
No. Just have a good limit to it and monitor them, and they are good to go.
Thank you very much for calling us, and they would love to engage you next time on YIP. So Mr. Jones is saying, don't be afraid to let your children get engaged with technology. That has been an important message here, had to add to our conversations in the studios of Stone City 90.7 FM. Okay, so lovely panelists. We just had our caller come in, and he was more enthused about parents allowing their children get exposed to technology. What's your take on this?
Oh, I allowing them to get exposed to the technology is something good, because the kids we have now, even if you deprive them, they will still use it. So just allow them to use it, and let's say guide them or talk to them that this and this, don't do it. Even still they go and do it, they will know one day that you've told them before they've done it. Okay. But if you are trying to deprive them, that you will be at the comfort of your home, that
thinking
my child is not using phone.
Okay.
But your child is using phone to do things that you're supposed not to.
Okay, Sandra.
Yeah.
our caller said if you had to be strict with them using the phone, you should be not necessarily have spies on them. What's your take on this? Without restriction, children of these days go astray. You and I can attest to the fact, we are ladies, we can attest to the fact that we have younger siblings who don't want to hear anything. If you tell them, whatever you are doing, these are the consequences of it, eventually they will still do it. Like Cyril said, curiosity kills the cat. They will be very curious to know whatever happened. So what's your take on what our caller said?
Well, giving the children the opportunity to have the technology, I also buy in that, but the thing is, it's not all parents that have the ample time to monitor the kids. It depends on how they find their ways around it. But then, no matter what happens, there still needs to also have this technological insight.
Okay.
It just depends on the monitoring aspect, because they need to find a way, actually.
Okay. Yeah. Cyril, like Sandra just said, they don't have the ample time, and sometimes our parents might not be exposed to technology, so they are scared, or they feel like, oh, the fact that I haven't been into it, it's something that will harm my child. Because most of my parents, excuse me, for example, my mom is not technology inclined. Like, she barely understands the trend of technology these days. So what's your take? Like, some parents might feel that, oh, eventually I have not been in this. It wasn't my time when digital started evolving, but it has been my mind. So why, since I wasn't limited, since I didn't have the privilege myself to be involved in technology, why should I allow my child to be involved in technology? What's your take on this?
Okay, so before I start, I would like to side with what our caller said.
Okay.
Yeah, you shouldn't be scared to allow the children to explore technology.
Okay.
But rather, you should give them the support, the guidance. If, let's say, you the parents, you don't have any background in the technology, there are people out there, the teacher is there, the ICT teacher is there, or get a family relative who is into the tech to just guide the child for you.
Okay.
Or better still, yourself, if you have the time, you can just be doing some research, get to know the things. Because if you research more, you know more.
Coming on that, like I said earlier, I felt you didn't get the message clear. Some parents were not technologically educated.
Okay. So,
and I used my mom as an example.
Okay,
so they barely understand what technology is.
So in a situation where your parents have no exposed to technology,
okay,
so that's where the third person have to come in. That is someone who is going to be the watchdog, the teacher. Because if the child goes to school, it's under the care of the teacher. If it comes to the house, let's say you're a worker who doesn't have time to be in the house to monitor your children, then you have to put it under the nanny or the caretaker in the house to also monitor. And in a situation where you are not exposed to technology, it's going to worry small, because your child will be taking advantage of things that you don't know. Because since you're not exposed to it, he or she might lie to you, take advantage of it, to use it to whatever he wants to. Let me set an example. Let's see the Momo this thing. Some parents don't know how to operate it.
Should I say we are all victims of that?
So some parents don't know how to operate it. So they'll give it to their child. Oh, yes, withdraw this money from buy this airtime for me.
Okay.
The child will end up transferring money to his number. Then do what you want to do, what you want him or her to do for you. He'll do it for you. But you see that the child says that, oh, there's money in your account. I don't know what to use. I don't even know how much. You don't even know how to check the move statement, all those things. The child transfer the money, take advantage of that. So parents should not restrict their children from getting access to the technology. They should rather help them. If they can't help them, get them someone who can train them so that they can use it to their benefit. Yeah.
Okay, so
because technology is a good thing, just like how fire is. Fire can burn and can still cook. So technology have a good.
You are actually diverting somewhere that if you really want to open doors for that comfort, we won't leave us.
Technology is having a good.
So our listeners out there, you can still engage in this conversation on the number 0240 660208 or 0200 312935. Sandra.
I would like to say something. You know, sometimes we entrust our kids in the hands of people who end up destroying them.
Exactly.
See, we live in a world I can't trust anybody. Even yourself, can't trust.
Anybody.
If the child goes to school, it's under the care of the teacher.
Okay.
Whether the teacher is good or not, the child is there. But it is now the headmaster's duty to make sure that whoever is in charge of that class or that is in good condition, is of good moral value, to be able to impart the children that good moral qualities.
Do you know there are schools that are more invested in profit making than the benefit of the children? We have schools like that.
School a word to start school. You see, let me take advantage of this opportunity.
How will you have
let me use this opportunity.
If you are saying that,
let me use this opportunity to tell you about a school that is best in town. When you want your child to go from crèche, Glory Kids.
Okay.
It's at Ally. Glory Kids. See, if your child start attending that school, by the time the child will live there, he knows the basic things, how to keep his hands neat, what to do, what not to do. You see, because they give that kind of training there. Because as the person coming to teach there, you're supposed to be, they will examine you. The woman itself will examine you, your character, You need a guarantor.
Okay.
The guarantor have to be a trustworthy person for them to employ you. So in that way, the kids are going to learn from it, because they learn from the people that they used to stay with most.
Have you seen First Impression before?
That's what I was about to say.
No, I'm saying that's why you need a guarantor.
Why you be serious for this
you see, the guarantor, because my father sent someone there for the first time. It's actually my auntie's school. He sent someone there for the first time because of the trust of the father. My father, the person, you have to examine the person twice. They give the person to work at the kitchen,
probation,
for them to test the person how he behaves. Because over there they monitor your voice, whatever you say, your character, your behavior. Because there's something that captures your voice. Because you can't be speaking anyhow in front of a kids. Kids learn from us. If you say mommy, they also try to repeat those same words. So in
your way, society plays a major part on kids' upbringing. Like Sandra was saying, you don't know. See, Mark just made.
So just bring it to the best school. Let me say the voter region.
We're saying the best school. We are
yes.
So this is voter region I'm talking about.
We've seen
voice of voter.
Okay.
One of the best school in the voter region. You can send your kid to.
We've seen situations where nannies end up brutally maltreating children.
Very bad.
We've seen videos.
Even teachers.
Even I think there's a video currently about
a teacher molesting a
male student. So
videos have circulated where teachers ended up raping children they were entrusted with. Parents of today are very busy. Like, we have business entrepreneurs, business they travel a lot.
That doesn't despite the fact that we have good people there also. They have a bad note.
You have a point, but they are not coming forward. Like, someone might be good, but one person's bad character has made it that parents can't even trust the right people again.
That's it.
You get? It's not like we actually have good people out there, but the bad nuts currently in this generation is more than the good nuts. And I can say for sure that you and I sitting here would not want to entrust our kid or our child into anybody's care, regardless of how busy we are. So can you do that? Just be honest with yourself.
Personally, I won't do, because the experience they say is the best.
Thank God you are saying personally you won't do. We've had scenarios, we have examples. If I'm not saying it's been in Volta, it's been in Accra, even right here with us in Ghana, who people are doing.
There is a situation where a parent trusts an aunt, not an outsider, a nanny, an aunt, like immediate sister. And it's also misleading the child.
Yes.
No,
it happens.
That mistake, I won't do it to make somebody take off my kids.
Let me
take off it. You've gone to work. You are working in Accra.
Right? My dad had never left in the care of anybody. To him, he was like he would never, so now even if I should go that or that, at this stage, if I should call, Dad, I want to go to the he will say no. Be with your mom. Like, it has gotten to the point that my aunties tried, my uncles tried on several occasions. We want Silly to come and have. He will say no, like,
because he knows what is easy.
It's not like my aunties are good people, my uncles are good people, but the fact that my dad will entrust me or my others living in the chaos, he would no matter. Forget the amount you want to pay him. He will stay in the house, but he won't allow. That's why.
You see, in a situation where, let's say, you go to work before 7, let's say you're living in Accra, you have to wake up for it to beat traffic.
Okay.
By the time you come back, let's say a bank worker, because they close late. By the time you get back, your kids are sleeping. Before they wake up, you are gone. How would they have that kind of listen to as a parent as well? So in that way, that's where they have nannies in the house to assist.
In that instance,
when you come back from school, come and pass the workplace.
No,
at the bank.
Even in that instance, that you as a parent, you have to get a way of meeting your kids.
How?
It's not always, let's say, if you know that the weekdays are very busy for you, you don't have time to engage. Weekends, you should have time with your kids. They are your kids. So weekends, you should make sure you schedule your things. That is why you as a person, you should draw your personal schedules. There's no way you should deviate from your personal schedules. If this weekend I'm having time for my kids, there's nothing that should take me off.
You see, not to cut it short, nothing can take you, but a situation can pop up. Your presence will be needed.
Circumstances.
You'll be asked to come.
That is unforeseen circumstance. That one day you know how to handle it.
Yes.
So you see, in this situation,
and those ones will not come always. They will come once a while.
I love that. They won't come always, but they will definitely hit once in a
so
while.
Fast, okay, let me say, if you want to be a politician, that one day be prepared for anything at all.
Anything, yeah. Because politics involves, it's time consuming. Traveling. Like, so like I always wonder, you as well, the young politicians in the making, I'm wondering, will you start your family now, or you would do when you guys are done?
I was asking myself yesterday when I saw
okay.
the minister.
Sometimes
when I saw the regional minister at a program at Jubilee Park.
Yeah.
For some minutes or hours, he left, going to different places. I let he had like almost getting to 5 or 6 programs that day. So imagine my kind of person.
You and I were at the Youth Empowerment Forum.
He's supposed to come there.
John Dormevenu was supposed to be seated throughout, but I think he came in less than 10 minutes. He was off. And I'm like, wow.
You were supposed to be on a panel.
Yes, you are supposed to be on a panel, but you didn't even sit through the whole program. So but we understand them. Those are people that are making massive contributions to our national development. So we can't just let them be for ourselves. There are other programs they are supposed to be. So those people alone, they are making.
So what happened to their kids now?
In as much as they are very busy people, they have time for their children.
Yes. Meeting.
It will be as much as somebody who is, let's say, a teacher that close and goes.
The president of Ghana has time for his children and his family. So
the time will not be there. The time will not be. It will be there, but it will be as much as the person who is.
No, that is your. That is your current situation.
Make the time.
That is your current situation.
That's why you draw the schedule. Your personal timetable, you have to draw it
because
regardless.
If
let
me use the minister to do example. Minister can draft a timetable that today I'll be doing this and this and this. They can call you that there's something going to happen at this day. You need to be report.
But do you know that the minister as is working tirelessly now that we've all seen? Do you know that it will come to a time he will give himself break?
Yes.
Go for the vacations and stuff.
You just write a letter to the house and be like, I want to take this leave. I want to take this. Someone can hold it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But so that is the time you have to draw your family plan.
Yes.
So in as before that time, you see, even before that time will come.
Your wife is aware that this is the type of work you are doing. So in as much as you want to be a politician, you should go in for a woman that understands your sort of work. So this is the problem with our fathers of late, or this current generation, excuse me to say, you are going in for a partner that doesn't understand your choice of work. The person is so entitled to your time, whilst you also have your time for work, your time for pleasure, and your time for other things.
Yes.
So in as much as we are all trying to build that future for ourselves, your partner should be very willing to help you grow, because if you are doing, it's going to fall one-sided. You
see, what I'm trying to say is in a situation where the wife is not a wife, it's not a housewife, also a business or someone who is to the government sector. Let's take the Chief Justice and the wife. They all goes out, like they're all on a different national assignment. So what then happens to the kids before they get the time to come and spend time?
One thing you should know right now, the Chief Justice and the wife, they don't have small kids in the house.
No, let's not.
I'm
talking about if there's a kid like that. What then happens to them?
He's making a scenario as
what then happens to them before they get that time to come and be with them? There's always a nanny with them.
Yes.
So they get that chance to come and spend that, to come and monitor. How it's my kid doing.
Yourself. This is one thing. Familiarity will always put us in danger. You yourself, you are going to work for the Chief Justice of Ghana, and he's entrusting you with his kids, and in your mind you feel like you can do anything with his kids.
Let me give you a scenario.
No way.
The person who worked with the former Minister of Sanitation. What did he stole the amount of money that they alleged
that is money, because you can't tamper with those people's kids.
The life of your kids.
So you want to tamper with the person's jewelry and stuff?
You can steal the jewelry. They will still retrieve that jewelry. But this is a matter of life and death. You can't tamper. See, one thing I've always told myself is, when it comes to certain people in Ghana, their children, it's a no-go area. It's a no-go. You can't tamper with politicians, their children, and go score free. A lawyer's child and go. An army's child and go. Who are you?
Have you seen?
Yourself, you are trying. You are not having
Sandra
that
is notorious.
Yes, they are notorious.
They are very.
No, some of them. Some of them. It's not that they are notorious. They fault like the backbone they have. You can't do anything to them.
Exactly.
No, not that they are notorious. Maxwell, you be talking. You know that what you are saying, it's right, but you snub you because you know his dad. You can't do him anything.
You can't do shit.
But when Maxwell is among his peers, he humbles himself very well that if you see him outside.
You see, so you yourself, the first question you should be asking yourself is, hey, this person that I'm going to do this with, this person has entrusted me despite the position he's having. If I should temper with, because they will give you ground rules, there are certain rules you can't break.
You see, I think yesterday at one of the summits, the one at Stevens.
Yeah.
One of the, I think Bernard Alvin, when someone was talking about mentorship, he said he asked one of the youths to write a report or something to present to him. As at now, the person have not even done it to count. And so how there will somebody take somebody and also trust to groom? Some of our youths are spoiling chance for some of us as well. Someone trusts you, want to groom you, give you the opportunity, and you're not misusing it. How then will the person go in for someone else to train as well?
I think I had a talk with Mama Gan, the Mama Gan Bobi, the third. And from what she said yesterday, yes, it's a problem, attitude problem for we the youth. We are very entitled.
Exactly.
She said it. She said it. She's like, see, you want someone to groom you. You call the person on the first count, the second count, the third count, and you are so proud of the person. And yeah, I've called them. Don't come again. But you don't know, this person is a family man, this person is a family woman. You don't know what the person is doing. So with the youth, if we really want to make a change and inspire the society, it's our attitude. We have to stop the self-entitlement, the pride, the ego we are having. We have to drop it.
And also we should be time conscious.
Exactly. And she made another example with where a young guy was supposed to meet John Dumelo. According to the young guy, Honorable John Dormevenu, sorry. According to the young guy, he always says Honorable is his personal role model. He has written tons of letters to him. He hasn't responded to it. And this is a golden opportunity to grab one-on-one talk with Honorable John. But here lies the case. He said, Mama told me yesterday personally that John and herself were the first people to be seated there when no youth came. So, in as much as Honorable John was supposed to be very available, he came very early. What are you supposed to do as the youth who is so eager to meet the person? You should be there before they even arrive. You should be the first. The youth.
We are the problems, but still we want solutions.
So she was like, before we can solve this problem within with the youth, we should be very, 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 very humble, time conscious, truthful, very loyal, respectful. And yesterday, though I had the opportunity to talk to her for just 2 minutes, she has really, really, really said a lot of things that for years we really need to work on as youth. So our time is fast spent, and we would want to wrap up today's episode on the Youth Impact Parliament. And it was an honor having Magbless Dormevenu, Minority Chief Whip, Honorable Cyril Kekeli Amevor, Cyril Kekeli Amevor, Majority Whip Senate, and Sandra Mawuse, Kpeh, if I got it correct, Assistant Clerk Affairs. Ladies and gentlemen, it was an honor having you guys, and I would still want to see you guys one-on-one on this episode some other time. Thank you, our lovely listeners, for making time with us on Stone City 90.7 FM. See you same time next week. Bye-bye.